started from nothing, we did it, we made it, we turned into something.
Welcome back to another episode here at Thoughtful Topics Podcast with your girl Cora and the husband Dustin.
Howdy, howdy.
Today episode is going to be about the life of a stay-at-home mom. If
Yes.
anybody know that life, I mean, y'all know I know that life, but
You're going to be preaching to the choir today.
basically. But sit back, relax, and
Grab your snacks.
all that good stuff. Drop everything in the comments from what you thought about the episode to topics you want us to talk about. So yeah. So today is
Episode 5. I think this is episode 5 we're going to be uploading.
episode 5. Sorry, it is late. We apologize.
We took the kids to Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, and didn't get to record yesterday. But we're here.
That's all right. It's just extra work on our editor, a.k.a. me.
Very true.
Yeah, thanks.
So the life of a stay-at-home mom.
And the stresses therein.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know where to start.
I
with
do. You
this.
always angry. When I come home, the moment I get off work, the first words out of your mouth is come get your kids.
Yep, get your kids. I mean, it's not anger. It's more so
Overstimulation.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I guess we can start there. Being a stay-at-home mom, you get overstimulated so fast, but I wouldn't trade it in for anything in the world. And the reason why I say that is because, yes, it's stressful. It is hard. You're with your kids 24/7, but you're with your kids 24/7.
Right.
So it's like a pros and a con. And of course, the pros are going to always outweigh the cons. But I mean, there are moments where I'm like, dang, should I go to work? Should I do this? But I'm like, no, because then you miss out on being with your child and watching them grow and their imagination. And you just miss out on a lot of things.
The thing that I have to miss out on is the sole proprietor to our household.
Yeah.
Yeah, which will be another episode down the line.
So it's just one of those things that you get overstimulated very easy. And I know a lot of women out there nowadays are becoming stay-at-home moms, especially young.
Yep.
Like kind of my generation. Because it's just like we would rather stay home with our kids. Some of it is more of a necessity. You know, when you're dealing with medical children or when you're dealing with, there's one thing or another. So being home is the best thing to do.
Well, not only that, but you can't really trust the public education system as of late, the private education system, or even like privately or publicly owned daycares. Like
Yeah.
it's hard to trust that. So I'd rather have you be a stay-at-home mom and taking care of our kids and stuff here. And I know that sounds super selfish, but in the sake of the safety of our children, I would very much rather have you be a stay-at-home wife and mother to our kids, where you can kind of raise them, because you're highly intelligent.
Yeah.
You have your mama moments where I'm just like, uh, that's 2 + 2, baby. Come on. But
That's just being overtired.
yeah,
That's another thing. When you're a stay-at-home mom, people are like, oh, you can check out whenever, the husband comes home or this. And you're just like, no, you can't.
I try to
Because,
let you.
yeah, you try. But at the end of the day, no matter what, as a mom, even if you're a stay-at-home mom or you're not, you're always thinking about your children. No matter how old my kids get. Like, I know to my mom, with my mom, with me, I know at the end of the day, she's like, I still want to make sure my girls are doing okay.
Yeah, that's why she
You know?
calls you every day.
And don't worry about that. Because I had a whole coming to Jesus moment on the phone with her earlier. Didn't realize something, but hey.
Only one left.
Only one. Like, where have
Mama,
I
you
been?
know the reference.
Where have I been? Anyways. But no, it's just one of those things, like, no matter how old your child gets, and any parent can relate to this, they will always be your baby. So in your head, no matter if they didn't moved out, married, have their own children, they're still like, how can I help my child help their children? So it's just like you will always, and especially as a mom, it's like we will always constantly be like, how can I do better? Okay, I did this today. How can I do better than yesterday? How can I do better 2 days from now? We always try to like be the best that we can. And there are some days where we're just like, we're off because we're tired. Even if the working moms, they're tired too. But it's just like we always put that pressure on ourselves to be better, to do better.
You know what's really funny though? So you have a very specific stern look that you give the kids when they get in trouble.
Oh yeah, the
And I
mom look.
always I always think it's so funny that whenever I step in and I let you check out, right? That if I really mess up in the way that I'm parenting or you don't agree with the way that I just
I give
parented,
you the look.
you give me the same exact look and I feel just like the kids, like all of us are hiding in the corner of their bedroom waiting for you to walk through the door.
Hmm.
And yeah, no
That
mommy, don't
comes
hit
with
me.
practice. Um, no, that just comes with over time, especially being home with them. You learn not to have to get onto them as much. You just learn to look at them,
Right.
and you're just like, mm,
And I know in the beginning as a father who was trying to, be the sole proprietor and to take care of you and try to let you check out and take over, it was really, really hard for me to transition my parenting style until more recently.
mhm.
And that's because at certain points in time, I had to sit back and just
You have
watch
to
you.
watch
You'd be like,
because
"Hey, do you want me to deal with this?" And I don't want to say yes because I feel like it's my responsibility to be able to step up and handle that situation. But you're around them
mhm.
24/7. So
And
why
that's
would I not
another
learn that from the
thing.
master in this regards?
When you're around them 24/7, you know them like the back of your hand. You know when they mess up before they mess up. You know when they wake up, you know when they sleep. You know all the cues. So like nobody knows your child. Like even if you're not around them 24/7, you know your child.
Like even though my boys are all daddy's boys and they're all over me the second that I'm home or the
Mhm.
second that we wake up,
At the end of the
at
day,
the
they
end of the
still gonna
day,
come back to
they
me.
they know you as their safe place. They know dad is the fun one, and
Mhm.
you're the guidance. You're the guidance system right now.
Yeah.
You're still the fun one. Like when Z was chasing you around the counter earlier, that was
I
hilarious.
think the worst thing about being a stay-at-home mom though, speaking of that little turd, how you just gonna walk up and just projectile on the floor? Like, where did that come from?
Yeah, that was an interesting phone call yesterday. Not gonna lie
Yes.
about that.
Oh, basically, Z-Bug just comes running out of the
For
kitchen.
those of you who don't know, he's our youngest one.
Yeah. He comes running out of the kitchen, and for lack of better terms, he just projectile. Not a lot, but
Projectile vomits for
enough
those of you that need to know.
on the floor. And you're just like, where did that come from? Okay. And then it just gets worse from there. I'm not gonna go into the full story, but it just gets worse. And I'm just like, what am I doing? I'm about to start putting kids outside. Like
Sorry,
at this
we were gonna have
point.
to wash him off with the water hose at one point if he didn't stop.
Yeah. But
But I've always kind of genuinely been curious about this, and just because we're on the topic already, and for content purposes, what was your thought process or like emotional state when we originally found out that you were going to be pregnant, or that you were pregnant, and we talked about you continuing on in the workforce of being stay-at-home mom? Like, what was whenever we agreed for you to be stay-at-home mom? What was your thought process there, and how do you feel looking back on that now?
my thought process when I found out I was pregnant was boo.
I'm talking about when we decided for you to be a stay-at-home mom.
No, no.
Or was it also
It was
boo?
like that too
Okay.
for a little bit. Um, I basically throughout the entire pregnancy until I had Elisha. But once it got closer to having him and I actually had him, it was one of those things I was like, I just have to protect this little child with my life. Like that was my first thought. And then after that, when it went to, hey, do you want to do public school, homeschool, daycare? That's when you start seeing everything come forward, right? With the daycares and how they were treating certain kids and what was going on with the schools, with all y'all know what I'm going to say, the school, I don't want to say it.
The school pews.
Yeah,
The
the
pew pews.
school traumatic events. We'll just leave it like that. Um, all of that was just coming forward, and then on top of that, it was mid COVID, and I
Right.
was just like, I'm already at home.
Well, not only that, but then we turn around and start seeing stories about, well, obviously the COVID stuff. Then you turn around and see stories about daycares locking
Yeah.
babies inside the schools at night, locking babies outside of the
Mhm.
schools in the middle of the day, them unaliving babies with doses of NyQuil because they won't take naps, them doing this, them doing this.
And like I said, it was just all those stories were just coming out of nowhere, and it was like I just sat there. And honestly, the biggest thing I did, I was like, God, if this is meant for me to be a stay-at-home mom, you will make a way.
And then he turned
And
around and made her pregnant with twins.
literally, well, not even that, but no, literally, he made a way. He was like, you know what I mean? I feel as if, this is just my honest opinion, I feel as if the kids were meant for me to just sit down and just,
I think you
hey,
was
you've been
doing too
doing too
much.
much. Yeah.
I think you've been
I was
doing too
trying to keep
much.
up with everybody. I was trying to go out. I wanted to do everything that everybody else was doing,
That wasn't your goal
but
in
it
life, though.
wasn't the path
It wasn't
that
your
I was meant to
purpose.
walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't my purpose. So I think when I was like, hey, I think it was like the third night when we got home from having Elisha, and I was just like, God, if this is really meant for me to just be a stay at home mom, make a way. Like, I'm not going to stress myself out. If it's not, then it's not. Because remember, I was still applying for jobs at the time.
Right.
And I was never getting a call back.
I mean, nowhere was hiring you, and I
Nobody
was
was,
just
because
like,
of COVID,
you
because
were,
of,
you didn't
yeah.
have any breaks in your work history or
No.
anything. Everything was still going fine. If you
Yep.
had a break, it was like a month or two because you were going to try to go back to work before Elijah was born,
Yep.
and
But it
then
was just a
some
simple
places
fact
turned
that
you down for
my
maternity.
resume was pretty spot on. We had everything for me to go back to work. We were already looking at daycares, and for some reason, I wasn't getting nothing back. And I was just like, this is my sign. I need to stay home. Like, there's a reason why I need to stay home.
Yeah.
And it's fun staying home with the kids. It's fun watching their imagination. It's fun teaching them. That's
Except for events
so,
like yesterday.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's fun teaching them and learning them and seeing them mold into their own little person. Because, like, yes, we have twins, but they're totally opposite. One is a tech savvy baby already at the age of 3.
And
The
one jumps off
other
the top rung of
one
the ladder.
is WWE next freaking Dwayne Johnson walking around here, football player status, fell and hit his leg at Chuck E. Cheese and was like, I'm okay, mama. I'm okay. I said, oh, okay.
Did he?
Yes.
Where was I at?
He jumped off the merry-go-round and I'm like, no, baby, don't do
Oh,
that. I'm
I
trying
must
to
have been with
catch
Z doing
him.
the sketch thing.
Yeah. And I'm trying to catch him and he just falls and gets up and he looks at me. He goes, ow. I'm okay, mama. Put his little hand up. I'm okay, mama. I'm okay.
He
And
was
I
letting you know
said,
he was okay.
oh, okay. All right, cool. We're going to keep on going. And then you got Elisha. He is very musically inclined and smart. Like, he learns very quick. And then you got Zamir that just, right now,
Just happy go lucky.
he is,
Everywhere.
but he's also very tech savvy. That child is tech
Yeah,
savvy.
he always goes after the remotes, the boys' tablets, our
No, no, no.
phones.
If you put one of the kids' tablets out, he knows how to navigate it. And I sat there and I watched him
By
before.
the way, he's not even 2 yet.
No.
He turns 2 in November.
And the thing is, for those that are listening, we do not give our kids our tablets. Like, for the
No, it's
longest,
like
for the
once a
past 2
week or 2.
months, they haven't had them. They just got them back.
Yeah, like last week or something. Because
Yeah.
we normally when we lay our youngest one down for his nap, we'll put the boys in their room for a little while. And we're like, hey, the last time I put them down for naps, I was like, hey, get your tablets, go lay in your bed,
Mhm.
you can play on your tablets for a little while. So they have during the duration of his nap play on tablets, and it's back to playing, like no
Yeah.
more tablet. But even then, Elijah and Carter, which is the oldest and
The
the
youngest
young
twin.
the oldest oldest son and youngest twin, they only play on their tablets for like 10, 15 minutes, and they're off to the
Yeah.
side and they're running around playing with
And then
something
you got
else.
Amari sitting there playing on all 3 tablets, 3 different things.
He'll play on it for hours
And
if
you're
you
just
let him.
like, you're amazed. You're like, oh my gosh. And so that's another thing about being a stay-at-home mom. You see things and you're just all like, I see what you like. So now I gotta pour into that.
Well, and it's just like, so I started watching this new anime last night. It's like dealing with the three something sisters is a breeze. And he goes to like this elitist college, and the three sisters are like the three elite students of the school. One's really smart in like shogi, which is like almost like a variation of chess.
Mm-hmm.
Then you turn around and the other one's like the main actress, like the best actress in the school, and
Mm-hmm.
the other one's the most athletic person in the school.
And that's kind of how our kids are.
And yeah, so it's kind of like for the three of them, they each have their own plethora.
Specialties. Yeah.
Amari would be the shogi player. I
Mm-hmm.
think Elijah would be more like the actor,
Yeah.
and then Carter would be more like the physical one.
Basically.
Just because Elijah can do just about everything from being tech savvy to building to running
Mm-hmm.
to, and I mean that when I say this boy for being 4 has manners, can hold full conversations with you, can throw a fit or act out a scene, and then you look at him and like, really? Are you done? Like he could be an actor. Side note,
You
I'm sorry.
know, sometimes I just look at Elijah and I'm just like, why are you that tall? Like that's just a
You can
random
thank
thought.
my side of the
I
family
just
for
like, why are
that.
you so tall? Ugh.
For
But
4 years old, he's past my hip, and I'm 5'9".
yeah, he's getting there. He's
Mhm.
gonna be tall. They all gonna be tall. But no, it's just I like being a stay-at-home mom. You just see things and you can just pour into that. And I'm not saying that every parent. I'm not gonna say a stay-at-home mom, but I'm not saying that in every relationship there should be somebody that stay at home. No, you do what's best for your household because nobody knows your household like you.
Well, and that's the thing about this whole thing is that as our generations are becoming parents now, they have that old school mindset of that stay at home parenting is the way to go.
I'm not gonna
But
say
then you
that.
turn around and you have the economy that's not really allowing
Yeah,
you to do that. Like we're in a
but
little bit of a different situation.
that's the thing though. There's a lot of our situations becoming more and more common.
Correct.
So where you're seeing more and more stay-at-home moms because guess what? Even though you're a stay-at-home mom, you can still make money. You got
Right.
content creators, you got girls doing hair, makeup, lashes.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, I mean, look at me. I started a podcast. Am I getting paid for it?
Not yet.
Not yet,
We're
but I'm
working on it.
hoping. Fingers crossed.
Like, subscribe, and comment.
But you have that availability to still make money at home while you can still be a mom. Now,
Right.
I will say this, not every stay-at-home mom should be a stay-at-home mom.
No, have you been seeing that guy? He makes fun of a stay-at-home mom on TikTok. The lazy stay-at-home mom to the mom of 3, or mom of 3, and
No.
he's got like a little wart on his face or whatever, and he's like, I'm cooking dinner, and he pulls the pizza
No.
out, and he like it's almost every meal. I have to try to find it later, but he's making fun of like this lazy stay-at-home mom, and I went and watched some of her content, and I was like, well, he's pretty much spot on for some of
I
this.
haven't.
Like,
Now, I can't say this though. As being a stay-at-home mom, yes, the cleaning does get away from me. I will admit
but
it.
then I just come home and help you deal with it.
Yeah. But the thing is though, I try to do better. That's one of my things, like to always try to make sure the house is at least straightened up
We'll
or
do
cleaned
better.
up before everybody goes to before I go to bed at least, or like we go to bed. You know
Right.
what I mean?
That's why I got so
But
irked yesterday when I came in. I wasn't upset with you or anything at all. I was like, my house has just kind of gotten out of
yeah,
control because I've worked
and it's
7 days straight.
mainly toys. Like we can't do nothing with
Toys,
the
dishes, and the catch-all of
toys.
the island. The island catches everything, and it makes me.
Yeah.
I really wish we did not have an island.
I mean, the island doesn't catch everything until you come home, and then the first thing you're thinking of doing is, I need to clean up my living room. Well, guess what? Everything that's in your hand just goes straight down onto the island, and you're
Well,
just like,
just
I'm gonna
like
go clean this up.
I was walking by the island so we can come back here and record, right? I happen to notice your waist trainers up there. There are clothes. There's the food from today. There's a candle. There's some paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
There's your Bath and Body Works from when you and your mom went and did retail therapy like 2 weeks ago.
Because everybody going to keep looking at my Bath and Body Works. I
the
just
diaper
left them, and then I
bag,
never put it up.
I mean, there's a plethora of stuff up there. Trash that needs to go in the trash can, but There's a plethora of things up
Not you trying to
there.
make it sound like we dirty.
We're not. I mean, it's like a couple Coke bottles and like the stuff that we brought in from lunch today that emptied out over time. Nothing crazy. I'm not saying we just left all week's trash out on the counter,
Nah. Mm-mm.
but
So
no,
that would
we're
go
not that bad.
crazy.
I walked in after yesterday, and I pretty much whenever I come in, because I know of what she has to do as a stay-at-home mom. I know it's a lot, especially with 4 boys in the house. I do come in. I'm like, hey, go ahead and clock off. I'll deal with the boys and I'll deal with dinner and I'll try to help wrap up the end of the night. By no means am I some superhero like you claim to say that I try to make myself sound like, but I do try to help with the dishes and the trashes and getting the boys in bed, cooking a little bit, doing whatever I can.
You do not
To
cook, sir.
I
Stop it.
I just cooked you dinner right now. Hush, don't go into details. I cooked you dinner. That's all that matters. Shh.
You boiled
Shh.
seafood from
They don't need to know that. They don't need to
Aldi's.
know the
Okay.
details.
Sure.
My seafood boils are great.
Yeah. Totally didn't buy that bag from Aldi's, but
I still seasoned it because it doesn't have enough seasoning for the basic one. Anyways,
Aldi's.
let me have my victories, dang it.
You know what? You're right. Mm-hmm. You're right.
But like I've had to make sure to I tried to make sure to do the dishes and take the trashes out and things like that. And
No,
they
I
still
can't
slip by me
say.
too. But that's as a guy who's worked all day. Dad from when he wakes up to when he goes to work, works all day, and then comes home and tries to be dad / cleanup crew for the night to give you a break.
Mm-hmm. And like, I'm not saying I don't just sit there and let the house go to disarray. No, I do try to clean as the day goes forward.
I didn't know somebody who did that before they even got pregnant with kids. They were a stay-at-home wife and pretty much refused to clean up anything. I'm not going to go into details. I'm not going to say any names.
No, I
I'm not going
couldn't
to
do
start
that.
no
I
beef,
I
but you know
will
who I'm talking
clean.
about.
I think I do. I don't know. I can't remember. But I will clean. I will cook. I will clean as I'm cooking because you know that. You see me do that before. I'll clean as I'm cooking
Right.
because I learned that just from my mom. Clean up as you cooking. But the thing is, it's like the part that gets away from me. It's not even the dishes. It's not even a counter. It's just the toys. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I didn't cook. I didn't cleaned up. Let me just sit down for a second. By the time I sit down, you're coming home. You're like, hey, what can I do? I'm like, all I gotta do is just put the toys up and sweep. And you're just like, okay, I got you. And I'm like, hey, take the trash out. Because I'm just like, since from growing up, the trash has always been a man's job. So I'm like, take the trash out, please.
Stereotypes.
No, it's,
BS. You a strong, independent black woman who don't need no
and
man. You can take that
is
trash can, that trash right to the trash can yourself.
no.
Okay.
Cause your kids got some stanky diapers.
Well, it ain't even so much that, but by the time you throw 4 diapers away in the trash can, it's
It's
all
not even
freaking
that.
heavy. It's heavy.
It's just simple fact that after me cleaning on them diapers all day, I'm not about to throw that trash away. You gonna have to smell what I've been smelling all day.
No, and that's fine. I really do not mind taking the trash can, the trash bags out. Which reminds me, once we're done recording this and I get done editing, I gotta go run the trash to the trash can anyway.
Yep.
But like, I don't mind doing that kind of stuff. I don't mind doing as much as I can for you when I get home. Somebody told me the other day, I was telling them about what I do for you, and they looked at me and they said, "Dustin, you're a better man than me." And I'm like, "Why?" Like, we're parents together, we're adults together, we are married, like our house is an equal responsibility, our kids are an equal responsibility, and the chores therein are an equal responsibility. Just because I go to work during the day does not mean that I get excused from the chores or childcare.
And I think that's one thing that what makes it hard for a lot of
Women in general.
women to be like, hey, I just want to be a stay at home mom. Because there are some men mindsets out there that are just like, oh no, if I'm going out providing, you need to cook, clean, take care of the kids, do all of this. And you're just all like, but I need a break.
This is
I need my moment.
marriage and like family are supposed to be like partnerships. Like, it's not, you
Like
can't
if
just
I
lay down and make
cook,
a baby on your own. I have to
yeah.
be a part of that. You can't, in today's society, neither one of us could really succeed on our own. Granted, now if I had the job that I have now back in the day, I'd be a lot better set up. But I mean, everything that we do still is a partnership.
Yeah. And like what I was gonna say that is if you're a man and you have that mindset in today's age, you gotta stop.
You need to start taking some notes, my guy.
You gotta stop because that ain't gonna fly.
I
Because a lot of women would like to stay at home and raise their children or stay at home and take care of the house. But when you sit there and you put that pressure on her,
it takes away her individuality.
it makes her lose herself.
Right.
Like for that goes into my next point. Being a stay at home mom, you lose yourself.
Correct. And I didn't realize that
lose
for the longest
yourself.
time.
And for the longest, you're like, baby, you're going through postpartum. And I was like, no, I don't know my identity right now because all I'm focused on is my children. But that's because they were so young.
Yeah.
But now that they're older and now that we can go out and do stuff, I found myself again. But not only did I find myself, I found a better version of myself. Like I fell
Right.
in love with the woman that I am now than the woman I was before I had my children.
Yeah.
Because now I have more patience. I have more understanding. I'm able to listen and communicate clearly. You know what I mean? Like back then, if me and you were like not seeing eye to eye, you know me, I'll go off quick and all right, I'm about to go. I'm about to get in the car, I'm about to drive off. Now it's more like, all right, hold on.
I think
Let me take a step
that's
back.
also not only a part of you being a stay-at-home mom and growing in your maturity that way, but I do believe that is maturity that's come with age too, because your younger years, and I say younger, she's not old by any means.
I'm only
Like she's still under
27.
30. But when she
Just a
was like
baby.
22, when we, or 18 to 22, and we'd pop off on an argument, she'd throw a fit and throw her shoes and get attitude and storm out the house. And it took some years. I wasn't much older than her when we got together,
But
but
it was like back then we were
right
at each
throats.
other's.
And
You know,
now it's
like
just
you
like,
throw a
hey,
blow, I'm gonna throw a blow. But
Right.
now because we have our kids, we're like, we can't see them like we can't let them see us
argue
act like that. We gotta be better than everybody.
Right.
So
we have
now
to set the example for what our kids are supposed to
and
see.
now we can communicate and we can still disagree, but you can disagree healthy.
Well, I don't know if you've realized too, in the sakes of when we do get into our arguments, because I mean, it still happens. 8 years
yeah.
into a relationship with 4 kids, it's going to happen. We still get into our spats. But even then, I haven't been raising my voice at you at all lately. I
No.
keep an even tone. I'm talking to
I
you
mean, you
like
never
this.
really raised your voice.
No, you always used to think that I did. You'd be like, "Quit raising your voice at me," and I'd be like, "I
Because
haven't."
at that moment, you was raising your voice at me.
I
Okay,
haven't. My voice has sounded
You-
like this for the past 45 minutes.
at that moment, the tone behind that voice was loud. So I'm gonna need you to silence it. Okay, okay. But no, it's just you lose your identity as a woman when you become a stay-at-home mom, and it's gonna feel like that for a little bit. And I'm not gonna sit up here and sugarcoat. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be okay. Just do something that you love. No,
Well, that also comes because we had 4 kids in 3 years.
It's not
too.
even
It's not. It's
that.
not fully. But when there's one kid, it's easier to find somebody to watch. You might be able to still find some variation of a self-identity.
No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No matter how many you kids you have as a stay-at-home mom, you lose your identity because at the end of the day, you stop taking care of yourself as a person and you're so focused on, I got to take care of this child. This baby depends on me. You know what I mean? Especially when they stop breastfeeding. Then, because when they're breastfeeding, you're like, okay, I got to take care of my body to take care of the baby.
Right.
But when they stop breastfeeding, it's like, okay, now I got to cook and clean and change your diapers and entertain you and watch your shows and dance and do this. And everything's about you.
And if y'all have not heard the episode about WTF kids shows, that's episode 2. Go check that one out.
Yes.
That one's super fun. We talked about all the kids shows that we watch and the ones that drive us up an absolute wall. It was a fun conversation. So go check that one out.
But you lose yourself as a stay-at-home mom. But then all of a sudden, you slowly start to wish, like, dang, did I make the right choice about having a kid? I mean, that popped in my head a couple of times. I was like, man, why did I do this?
Just like our conversation yesterday when we were on the phone was, you were like, the only reason that you regret having kids so early is that we didn't get to do as much.
Yeah.
Right. So you didn't have that sense of fulfillment before we moved on into parenthood.
Mhm.
But in retrospect, when we sat down and discussed having children in the first place, it was to knock it out earlier rather than later so we can travel and do more things together growing up
Mhm.
and getting rather than being 80 years old and finally being able to travel, we can be like in our 30s/40s with our kids and going and traveling and doing
I mean,
things
yeah,
across the
but
country. And that was the mindset.
it's still one of those things though that no matter what, as a stay-at-home mom, you're going to question it. Am I doing enough? Am I the right mom for this child? Am I like able to continue to take care of this child? You question yourself a little bit because you kind of go through an identity crisis. You're just like, at one point, I'm a bad mom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, my child is eating McDonald's tonight because I'm just too tired to get up and cook.
But
Oh
then
my
you have to
God,
think about
my
it. Your kid's sitting there thinking, I had so much fun today. Me and mommy
yes.
played this game,
But
and mommy
then
fed me my favorite food
yeah,
of
and
chicken
then
nuggets and French fries.
on
And
the other side, you're thinking, I'm the best mom. I'm like, I can beat up Wonder Woman if she come knocking on my door because like me and my baby just went to the pool and we had McDonald's. I don't care. Or we had Chick-fil-A and we had all the sweets now. We had cookies and ice cream. We watched
I felt
movies.
like a superhero today going to Chuck E. Cheese. I got them their pizza. I got them some
Yeah. And it's
fruit.
just the
I
simple
got them their
things.
churros and their cookie and their
But
lemonade. They were so ecstatic about it. And then their
mhm.
suckers, man, they were so happy I got them
Yeah,
their
them
suckers.
giant Chuck E. Cheese lollipops. Oh my lord.
That was the first time I've seen those actually.
But after you go through that identities crisis moment, because I'm not going to say it happens to every woman, but it will happen. It happens a lot more than what we know. After you go through that moment of like, dang, I'm just a mom. Like, that's all I am. Nobody sees me. I'm just a mom. At the
Mhm.
end of the day, I'm the one always coming with the kids. I'm the one always having to be like, hey, I can't come. I got kids. Or, hey, hubby working. I can't come. I got the
Right, you
kids.
didn't like to go out like that anyways.
I like to be
But
outside.
here's the thing. Now
But
that I've got a job that's facilitating me being home more, it's allowing me to facilitate you going to be out more too.
it's not
But we
only
can't go do things really together. Not
and
all
I
the
mean
time.
that'll come in time, but it's
Right.
not only that though. It's just as a woman you will go through that identity crisis. And I'm not going to say this is just for strictly stay-at-home moms. It is also for working moms too because you're just like I should be home with my kid. Why am I working? You question yourself. And that's just a I think a natural thing that women do. We question ourselves when it comes to our children. We're like, why am I doing this? I could be doing this. This will be so much better if I was doing this instead of this. And I think that's what makes us women so superior and so strong because we question ourselves and we're just like, okay, if I'm questioning this, maybe I shouldn't be doing this with my child. Maybe I should be doing something better.
Right.
And it's amazing how like our brains work.
Well, thank
But
God for TikTok in today's era too, because that helps give you other mindsets that are similar to yours and what they may or may not have done
it's not
to make
only
changes.
I'm not gonna really say it's not only that. It's more of when you just sit down and you just meditate to yourself and you're just like, okay, if I'm questioning this one decision, maybe let me try a different approach.
Right.
Let me try something different for my child. But besides all that, though, it's just that identity crisis, it does come. It comes as a stay at home mom. And it takes you, and I'm not going to say it takes the mom a while to realize it. It takes the spouse a while to realize it because at that moment, they're just like, oh, you're doing great. Stop questioning stuff. You're just upset. You're okay. You're okay. But then when it hits y'all, you're just like, she doesn't know who she is outside of being a mom.
Yeah.
But yeah, being a stay-at-home mom, you do lose your identity a little bit. I mean,
I mean, it's gonna come to with the territory though. Like you gave up a segment of yourself
mhm.
just to like be a mom in the first place.
Not only that though, having kids naturally rewires your brain. It makes you think like, hey, I gotta do stuff differently. And like another point of being a stay-at-home mom, I think the worst thing is not getting the TV. Or when you get the TV, you gotta put on subtitles
You can't
because
hear nothing in the house.
the little pterodactyls just destroy the house, and you're just like, I just want to watch this murder mystery, but I can't. Why? Because I got a pterodactyl screaming down the hallway. I got one baby jumping on a couch.
One
I
digging in the
got
trash can.
one in the trash can for some godforsaken reason. And I got the other one saying, Mama, Spider Man. I want to watch Spider Man. And if y'all know who the Spider Man lover is, you know. So it's just like, I just want to watch what happened to whoever's on the TV. Because at this point, I done lost half of the episode. I don't know what happened. I don't know the crime. I don't know who did what to who. I'm just like,
See,
I can't watch it.
I think that's where me and you vary. Like, you want to have access to TV. I know I'm not getting access to the TV
Oh no, I try to get it. So
when they go to nap,
yes,
but that's still not gonna
it
happen, and you
no,
know
because then
that.
you gotta pause it and you gotta go in that room and be like,
Yep,
okay, why are you crying?
I've
Okay,
tried.
why are you yelling? Why are you in your closet? Why are you standing in the windowsill? What are you doing? Why are we throwing teddy bears across the room? Why are our beds moved across the floor? It's just
Why do we have a fort
why.
going on? Yeah.
I
So
think
if
the
even
biggest question, no, the biggest word out of every stay-at-home mother's mouth is why?
yeah,
Because it's like you don't even get mad. You're just like, why are you doing this? Why are we moving the beds? Why are you in the windowsill? Why are you yelling? Why are you running down the hallway? Why are we throwing toys? It's just why. And I'm just like, I don't get it. I never said why so much until I had kids. But why?
I think that would be the most used word in our vocabulary.
Oh
Like, if we
yeah.
could record ourselves in a day and put it through the editing, like the smart editing software that I have
Yeah.
here, it
Yeah.
would probably ask me to cut out about 3,000 whys
Yep.
out of the conversation. So,
Yeah.
but
It's just
I've learned as a dad in the morning times when I get all the boys their food and I get them their juices and I change all the diapers and I do all that. I don't even try for the TV.
no. I mean,
I put
after
their
a while.
cartoons on and I go on my TikTok or my Instagram or whatever it is I'm going
Yeah.
to scroll for a while. And then I get up and I go deal with the next issue because whatever it is that's in my hand is going to be a short snippet of stuff anyways. I can pause it real quick, go deal with what I got to deal with. And it's nothing long enough that I'm not going to remember when I come back what happened.
Mhm.
So I will personally try for the TV after the kids go down, which for the longest time meant that I was taking it from you.
I mean, I still don't like at this point. I'm like, okay, I'll watch the TV whenever I can. Like, whenever you're home, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go chill in a room. That's when I get my TV time.
Yeah,
You know?
but we used to go lay down together, and we still do. Well, I mean, there's nothing has changed, but the what has changed though is we used to go in there. I used to grab the remote, turn the TV on while you were getting changed or whatever to lay down, and I'd already have something to watch on for me
Hmm.
and nothing on for you. And then here as of late, you told me there was one night you're like, I just don't get the TV. Like I pretty
No.
much don't get to watch anything that I want to watch. So now I actually try to offer that to you first. What is there that you want to watch
Hmm. And
first
I appreciate that
before you go
because,
to bed so I can then take the TV?
yeah,
Because then
I
I'll watch my
appreciate
anime
that.
or my shows.
I really appreciate that because it's like during the day, you don't get it. Like, no matter, even if I put the kids in their room, I still won't get it. But it's
Right.
like, eh. And then I try to get it a little bit before you come home, but then it's just all
Doesn't normally
like,
happen either.
no, because then I'm like, okay, I'm trying to clean up or I'm trying to cook dinner before, cook the food tonight so we can have it for tomorrow.
Right.
So it's just like, it's a hit or miss. I think another thing about being a stay at home mom is we,
Are the champions, my
I
friend?
mean, period. But when we put our mind to something, it might take us a month or two to get there because we're so focused on everybody else. But I have never met a stay at home mom that was just all like, I'm just gonna give up. You know what I mean? No matter like all the crap that she goes through. I just think that's just a trait in
You
women with
wanted to a
kids.
couple times on different things, but
Yeah.
like what we're currently going through right now with your weight loss journey. There's been
Yeah.
a couple times now that you've canceled on it, but I looked at you this last time when you asked me to help you with it, and I was like, if you want me to be serious about it with you, I will be serious. But you're going to listen. There's not going to be any complaining,
I
and
mean, the
you
only
agreed to all of
complaint
it.
I'm doing is my legs hurt.
Hey, it means my workout plan's working for you.
My legs hurt. But I mean, as
Need
a
to take a
stay at
second
home
picture.
mom, there's one thing I can say. Take some time for yourself. And I don't mean, oh, go drop the kids off at daycare. I don't mean go drop them off on somebody. I'm not saying all that. I mean, I see this post on TikTok all the time. It says, just because me and my husband are overstimulated and with our kids 24/7 doesn't mean we will have it any other way or something like that.
Yeah.
And I love that because it's like, yes, I'm with them 24/7. I'm overstimulated 24/7. There's a lot of whys 24/7, but I wouldn't change it in the world. But I have learned, hey, it's okay to be selfish. Take some time to yourself.
Well, and that's why, like lately, what we've been doing whenever we lay the boys down and they go to sleep is we just kind of go out and we leave the garage doors open. We pull out our little chair, our little bench seat thing, and we just go chill in the driveway for a
Yeah.
little bit.
But so that's one of the biggest lessons I've learned as a stay at home. Be the biggest lesson, be kind to yourself. Cause you're not gonna wake up. You're not gonna be the perfect stay at home mom. You're not gonna be the perfect mom to the kids 24/7. You're gonna have your mistakes, but forgive yourself. You're not
Right.
gonna always get up and have the cleanest house. You're not gonna always get up and have like breakfast, lunch, and dinner all cooked.
Well, and remember too that what you believe to be poor parenting or like the worst decisions you can make for your child, in their eyes,
It's the
you're
best
superwoman.
thing.
Like
Yeah.
like you said earlier, me and mommy, all I got you were thinking all I got to do was take them to the park and we went walking,
Mm-hmm.
and then after we got home, we
They
got
got we
McDonald's, so
picked
they
up
had junk
McDonald's.
food for
Yeah.
dinner. And
I
to
mean,
that baby,
yes,
they
you.
don't think about that. I had so much fun playing around at the park with my
Mm-hmm.
mommy, and we played my favorite game, hide and seek. And then on the way home, she treated me to something special, which
Yep.
was like McDonald's. So what you think is bad, your kids could think is good. Now that's subjective, but
Yeah. There's a lot of you got to be careful with that because there are some things that are bad, and you're just like, eh. But at the end of the day, just being a stay-at-home mom, there's a lot that goes on in our brain. I mean, we're the ones that's taking care of everybody,
y'all is the glue of our
feeding
families.
everybody, providing. We're the therapists, we're the nannies, we're the doctors, we're
Chef,
the chefs, the counselors. We're all of
the
that in
entertainment.
one. And it's at the end of the day, you have to have that little moment to yourself, whether that be, girl, go get you a pedicure and a manicure,
Go run you a bath with
girl,
some wine and a book.
get you that book that you want. It's okay to be selfish because for the longest, I wasn't selfish.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't have nothing.
See,
But then when I started diving back into stuff that I like, I love reading, I love podcasts. And that's what really pushed me to make my own podcast because I'm like, there's a lot of people out there that can relate to what we're going
yep.
through.
And I procrastinated buying your podcast stuff too, so my bad.
But no, it's just take that time for yourself and then forgive yourself because it's not every day. Like there's some in the beginning, I was like, man, I should have got up and cooked, but I was just so tired. You know,
There is
uh,
no guide on how to be a proper parent
no,
in today's society and this, that, and the other. You just do the
mm-mm,
best you can with what you have and
yep.
you keep rocking it out,
And I think
making sure that your babies always stay priority number one.
oh yeah, and I think the best thing about being a stay-at-home mom, or I'm not gonna just say a mom, but a stay-at-home parent right now, is you get to heal your inner child by looking at your children.
Yeah, I think that's why I still have some of the issues that I do because
Yeah,
I
you
don't
need to
really
take some
get
days
that.
off. But no, you get to heal it because I seen something on TikTok
Yeah.
that said the reason why your children trigger you is because you gave them a safe environment to be them. The things you used to get in trouble for as a child, you're allowing them to express themselves and it's angering you and it triggers you because you got in trouble for that as a kid, but you're allowing that safe space for them. So that's why you're like, how do you sit here and allow them to just scream so much sometimes? And I'm just like, because at the end of the day, I know you used to get in trouble a lot for that. You know what I mean? Growing up. So for me, I'm like, I'm not gonna harbor on them. They're kids, they're boys. I'm gonna let them play. But it's one of those things where I'm just like, it's triggering you because it was something that you used to get in trouble for.
Hmm.
So in order for you to heal that, let them scream.
Right.
Give them that safe space.
See, for me, it's just an overabundance of noise stimulation. and like I get
Says
overstimulated.
the guy who was in the military.
Correct. That's why like my brain wants to register all the available noises. So like in the fog of war, you realize that you've got gunfire,
Mm-hmm.
you've got artillery, you've got mortars, so you've got other things going on around you that are super, super loud, but you can register those things all at once and see if everything is going off, it's all going downrange. It's going one
Yeah,
direction.
and when all
That's not
three
the
of
way that it
them,
is with kids.
when all three of the Otis harmonize and scream, is going downrange
No, it's
to
not.
you.
It's not going downrange. I'm receiving I'm
It's
receiving mortar
everything.
fire on friendly lines here. And then
Oh,
Private Pile
God.
over here done dropped his grenade on the ground and it's going
Yeah.
off.
You
And the
know,
helicopters are flying in, but then all of a sudden the tails rotors have gone out, so it's just spinning around and
and
spiraling smoke.
it'd be like that. It'd be like that.
Woo! It's a roller coaster for me sometimes, and I try my best, but
But I mean, it's true though. Whenever you see a child and you get upset, you're just like, dang. I used to get in trouble for that as a kid.
I
But
used to get in trouble for a lot.
being a stay-at-home mom, I say it's the best thing in the world. You're healing yourself. You're growing. You're maturing. You're learning how to. And another good thing about being a stay-at-home mom, you catch those emotions. Like when you like, you know what I mean. You learn how to control that anger. You learn how to you learn how to communicate differently, so that way you can get your point across, but you won't get angry with it.
There are moments I still struggle with that. Like there are days where I'm really, really good at it. I'm like,
But that's the thing.
and you're like, good job. I'm glad you breathed. And this, that,
Yes.
and the other. Then there are other days where it's just like, you know what? Let's pop off. Let's go. Hands up.
We throwing tables. But no, you just learn a lot being a stay-at-home mom. I mean, you learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot about growth. You learn a lot about patience, kindness, how to forgive yourself. But the most important thing about being a stay-at-home mom is you learn so much about your children that it is amazing. And every day they wake up, it just amazes you because you're just like, I wonder what those brilliant little minds are going to do today. And then they start
Drive us
screaming,
nuts.
and you're just like, all right, you need to go to sleep. Try this again.
Mommy, go to the pool. Mommy, Chuck E. Cheese. Mommy,
Yeah, fishing pole,
Mommy, fishing pole.
Boots,
Mommy, Miss
Spider-Man,
Brandy, Miss
Bluey.
Lexi, Coco,
It's like
Spider-Man,
they're everywhere, but it's so amazing. It's so beautiful.
Lollipop.
So I can't say being able to be a stay-at-home mom is amazing.
I'm
I
glad
love
I'm
it.
able to facilitate that for you. I can't wait for us to discuss the sole provider episode. And
Yeah.
I can give my side of the story here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we might do that next episode. We'll
Yeah.
do that this week.
We'll figure it out. But all right, you guys. So that's a little tidbit about being a stay-at-home mom. I mean, there's plenty more. We'll probably do a part 2
I
on
think
this
at this
one.
point, the episodes that we've got, we had like 8 or 9 of them lined up for you. I think we're gonna have to make part 2s for all of them.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think this was definitely gonna be a part 2.
Yeah,
So you can get a little
this is
bit
probably
more.
gonna be a multi-part series throughout
Yeah.
our seasons.
So you can definitely get more insight on stay-at-home moms and or
'Cause
not even just moms. We can start it off as moms and then transition over to stay-at-home dads.
We'll see, and something that we can discuss it down the line. We can discuss this a little bit later, but is getting like your mom involved and figuring out when what she went through growing up
as a
'cause I know
working
that
mom.
as a working
Yeah.
mom, Mama Trisha,
As working moms,
so
yeah.
we may continue this series, this part of the series on, and we may make an individualized playlist in the future for this segment alone. But
Definitely.
we'll figure that out.
Definitely.
But guys, if you guys are not subscribed yet, please do us the huge favor of liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel, and make sure you turn the bell notification on.
Push out the
at the top.
content, y'all.
That way,
Push it
we want to
out.
grow with you guys. We want to do as much as we can. At this point, I'm half tempted to just dump some money into the channel and get some promotion going on here because I want to see some growth where we can bring you guys even bigger and better content.
Yeah, and let us know if y'all want to see us do like video podcasts.
Yeah, I think that's the route we're eventually going to take, is setting up our room back here to look good enough to be actually
get all the
on
little
video.
RGB lights, look all professional.
Yeah, with all my anime figures that we got out here.
Now,
we can finally show off your Umbreon, your little boo-boos. Somebody's going to be mad you got that big Zamomo.
You leave my Zamomo alone.
I shall not.
But all right, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out again with us over here at Thoughtful Topics. And new episode will be dropping this Friday. Right?
Yes,
Yeah.
this one will drop late Tuesday, and the next one will be next Friday. So, or
So,
this coming
well,
Friday.
if you're watching it tomorrow, Wednesday, it came out
It came out on the
Tuesday
29th. We still posted it. It was just
late.
late.
We will do better. Friday's episode will be out by I don't want to say
5
like
o'clock on Friday. That's when
5.
that's what
Yeah.
I had the last one planned for.
All right. If y'all want us to up the time, just let us know. So, all right, you guys, have a good one. Bye.
Bye.